What's going on, guys and girls? Coach Respect here. Am driving home, hands-free, just kidding. I am going to talk about what things you need to know to have to start your Amazon business. In this video, we're going to go over, so if you have any questions, let me know. Just hit me up in the comment section. I'll try to get over those. In this video, we'll go over the things that you need to know about this business. We'll go over things you need to have to start your business. We'll go over some concepts and some mindsets, if you will, that you need to have when you're building your Amazon business. So first thing is first, I think the first thing that you need to have is a reason to build this business. A lot of people just work their 9-to-5s. They have a job, they're happy or content with their job, or maybe you hate your job. If you hate your job, maybe the reason you want to start an Amazon business is so that you can make enough money to quit your job. So that could be a reason. Maybe you love your job, but you don't make enough money. A business, or a business in general, really, is you need a reason to do it. You need a reason to get up, to put in the extra work. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing. So if you have that reason, whether it's financial gain, you want to free up your time, maybe you want to travel, maybe you haven't done a lot of travel in your life, so by making the extra $100 a day or $3 grand a month, or whatever the case may be, whatever your financial goal is, maybe that's enough to supplement some of these vacations you want to take. I don't know. That might not be a strong driving reason. Maybe maybe for me, I'll give you a reason. I didn't want my wife working nights anymore. I didn't want her working from 8 o'clock till 4 in the morning, or from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. anymore. She had done it for way too many years. And so just being a man, and I think part of being a husband is to sacrifice and provide for your family. We had done the whole split parenthood and for years, because we didn't want to have babysitters watch our children, or organizations watch our children, or preschools, or whatever the case may be. We wanted to raise our own kids. We have 4 kids. We have a set of 2 that are in their late teens, 18 and 19. Then we have a set of 2 that are in their early age, who are kindergarten and grade 1. So, but we've never had anybody raise our kids but us. So my reason to do this was, one, her income went down. She was a tips-based income. And actually, our financials changed when her company decided to change the policy about how tips were shared, which could drastically reduced our income by probably about 70% as far as her cash flow. So that changed we had a certain lifestyle that we were living that changed drastically. And just the toll on her body, the toll on her health, her activeness, it's obviously never been a great situation to have to work nights for anybody. I couldn't do it, and I think she's sacrificed long enough. So the goal was to allow her to quit her job and stay home full-time, raising our 2 younger kids. That was my reason to do something. And I had made a reason to do something else to try to get more money generated way before I learned way before I learned that I could sell on Amazon, put it that way. I knew what Amazon was for a long period of time, but I always thought Amazon was a private company like Walmart, or like Chapters or something. I thought it was just a mega bookstore. I knew it had some other products, but never really was into buying things online. I had done other businesses that were e-commerce based. I had a quick start business, which was e-commerce based, but it was network marketing based, and it was a part of the Amway group. So I had done that for a long period of time and put a lot of time and energy and money into it. But I didn't have that one, I wouldn't say I didn't have it. I didn't have that driving factor to have to put numbers in of meeting people and selling people on the business of being an entrepreneur and converting your lifestyle and all that type of stuff. So that was a challenge. So whatever we changed, we stopped doing that. We started doing, again, we kind of went back to the whole working, 9 to 5 and then 11 to 7 a.m. for my wife. Taxes, when we thought, what the hell is going on? So we had to pay upwards of like 15 grand in taxes. So that was a lot of our savings gone right there. That's a whole story in itself. Maybe I'll tell that on another live. So from there, we were like, okay, we need to now rebuild our cash flow. It is depleting. How can we do this? How can we generate some money here? So I decided, and this is probably 2 years ago, I had seen information about social media marketing agencies. Obviously everyone sees a lot of Tai Lopez videos on YouTube. And so I decided, maybe I'll try my hand at starting a social media marketing agency and see how that goes. I'd followed some people on YouTube, thought, yeah, the concept's pretty good. I'm good at sales. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's look into it. So I looked into it a little bit further, came across a guy by the name of Hayden Peddle, I think that's his name, who was into social media marketing, but he was also promoting another business called Amazon FBA. So I looked into Amazon FBA and I thought, well, the difference is I just need to build inventory or buy inventory and send it to Amazon versus build a customer database of pounding the pavement and finding customers that want to use my services. So to me, I was like, man, I'm already dealing with every week. Is it dark here? Might be a little dark, guys. Let me turn on some light here. I think this is going. Is it going? Yes. So I didn't really know if I had wanted to start a whole new business. I just built a big business for the company that I work for, and turned that into a self-sustaining business over the course of time. I didn't really know if I wanted to do that again because it was a lot of work. It was definitely a lot of work to do it. But I did know that I wanted the reward of the bigger piece of the pie. And I've always wanted the reward of the bigger piece of the pie for all the work that I put in when I build these businesses. So social media marketing, just a quick one on that one. You know, I understood what it took to deal with other people. So I decided, social media marketing, build a business base of a bunch of clients, try to get to a certain inventory, I call it, of clients, whether I needed to get to 30 clients or 50 clients or 100 clients. I mean, for my current business, I have a repeat business of 200 clients that generate about 200K. And then I have a second, there's a second platform within my business of one-time kind of clients, we call them, that generate the other 300K. So it's a lot of work to get there, and it's a team, and it's a staff, and it's a lot more. So I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint and a platform standpoint and what I want to put into it. I love the idea of a social media marketing agency. I think that's a great concept. I think that I've been trying to actually convince my daughter to give something like that a go. And then on the other hand, I had this Amazon business, Amazon FBA, and I was like, well, so with Amazon FBA, essentially all I have to do is either A, become an expert at shopping for discounts, or B, become an expert at doing product research. So I just had to become an expert, and I had to use tools. So in shopping for discounts, I had to pound stores and learn how to scan and find things for cheap, and then build an inventory of that stuff, send that stuff to Amazon, and almost kind of hope that it sells, rely on the calculations that Amazon gives me, the metric tools that they use, but almost hope that it sells, you know, so create some sort of broad inventory, and then send it to Amazon, and then kind of fingers crossed that it sells, try to help it along with some advertising, pay for all that type of stuff. So that was one option. That's what I call retail arbitrage, an expert shopper, versus the private label option of Amazon FBA, which was to become an expert researcher and start using tools to look at all the products on Amazon, filtering through them to find ones that have the qualifications that meet high demand. Coming from a retail background, I completely understood. I understood 100% the nature of what a, what it takes to make, you know, not what it takes to make product work, but ultimately, being from the retail industry, you see products that sell crazy volume every day and products that sit there and don't sell nothing. So you understand the ebbs and flow of product inventory movement and all that type of stuff. So what appealed to me about Amazon FBA, and I think this is what you need for this business, is you need to make a choice, and again, make a decision, have a reason, and then have educated yourself on what requirements you need to put forth, what requirements you need to put forth. So I understood, well, with Amazon FBA, I needed to understand that if I'm going to do private label, I'm going to need the tools. I'm going to need the tools that are required for me to analyze all the products that are selling out there. So just essentially the market, analyze the market. Amazon's database of products. And they got like 20 million products on Amazon, 10 or 20 million products on Amazon. So, and I'm not a super robot, I'm not a superhuman. There's no way I could go through it on my own. I wanted a competitive advantage, so I understand software is required. My business just cost me $15,000 today for a license and some computers to add a part-time employee. Whereas on Amazon, I learned that I could buy a tool called Jungle Scout. There's a few out there. There's a few tools, Celix. There's a few. There's a few. There's a lot. Like I'm gonna do a video going over the top 10. There's a few freebies out there as well. But the primary one, the Nike of the industry, is Jungle Scout. So we'll use Jungle Scout in this example. I needed Jungle Scout. I needed to invest into that tool. That tool is a $60 a month tool, plus a $200 secondary option that you need. So for $260, you can get the tool. I budgeted for actually a year, so I spent the $1,200. No, it wasn't even that much. It was $600 plus 200, so $800. So I spent the $800 in the tool I need. That is freaking ridiculous. That is 150% cheaper than what I had to put into just hiring a part-time person for my company. So that tool now allows me to analyze the market, see what's available. So you need that tool if you're going to go into the private label business, because you're really in product research. You're trying to find products that have high demand, low competition, that sell at a certain price point, and that meet some criteria balances. And then you need to source those products out from China. You need to go and buy them. here's what the game is. So for Amazon FBA, what you need to understand about the game is that it's nothing more than a demand slash inventory game. A demand slash inventory game. You need demand and you need inventory. Okay, so you need to find products in demand, and you need to find, or you need to supply Amazon with the inventory. If you can meet those two things, your business, you'll have accomplished an Amazon FBA business. So what am I at? 1615. I'm going to put a plug here. At 1615, I've explained exactly what Amazon is. It's a demand slash inventory business. That's it. So you got to learn how to get inventory to Amazon. Okay. People go, well, I'm not, you know, how do I know this is good? How do I, what is it? What is Amazon? Is it dead? I don't know. These people, I don't know why everyone doesn't do this. I don't know why everyone doesn't start an Amazon FBA business, because honestly, it's the easiest thing I've ever done. I've worked at the company for 20 years. I've grown businesses. I've been in sales, had to reset every 2 weeks, start from zero and try to make another $3,000-4,000 or whatever the case may be every 2 weeks to feed my family. I've never been in a business essentially other than, you know, again, because I don't own the businesses I start. I don't own the company I work for. I'm a shareholder. I make some money if we do well, certainly. But it's the small part of the pie. If this is where the pie, I get this. The owner gets all of this. Sure, the owner has to do all the risk, but that's what business is. Business is risk. But he's not risking. It's all calculated. His calculation is that he's hired me to run this portion of his business and give me this little piece of the pie. And he gets all of this. But he puts up the capital, he puts up the money, he puts everything into it, and that's how business goes. So you have to learn that. You have to understand the concept of business. Okay, you have to wrap your brain around you're going into a business. You have to be ready to put in the cash flow, because if your cash flow, it's your cash flow, you get the big part of the pie, and that's very important to understand. So I forget what this video was about, to be honest with you. What is Amazon FBA? It wasn't even about that, but what do you need for your Amazon FBA? You need to make a decision. You need a reason to start it. You just need something to drive you every day and motivate you to build it. It's an independent business, obviously, so you gotta have some steps. So let's cut to the chase. You need guidance. You need to know the steps. A lot of people, two reasons why people fail. First one, obviously, they don't take any action, and that's usually the final reason, is they don't take any action. But the second reason is they don't follow a blueprint. Okay, don't try to invent a wheel. The wheel exists. It's perfectly fine how it is. Sure, you can make adjustments to the wheel eventually, but if the wheel exists, just use it. The blueprint for how to do retail arbitrage is out there. For how to do Amazon private label is out there. Amazon online arbitrage is out there. Book arbitrage are all out there. Just find a guy who has the blueprint and mentor from that guy. Okay, so I mentor. I've created a course. It's called Amazon Selling Hustle Mentorship, and it's a course designed, it's a blueprint, step-by-step course designed to show you how to sell on Amazon, whether you want to do A or B, whether you want to do whether you want to be in the business of shopping, which is super cool, shopping for discount items, scan them up, collect your inventory and gather your inventory and ship your inventory to Amazon and let Amazon do the rest of the work, or the B business, the business of product research, which is just analyzing Amazon by using a tool to filter through all the product and then give you a list and go, okay, looks good, that looks good, that looks good, and find whatever 10 products to do a secondary analysis on, and checked the demand and checked their competition and checked everything, checked the boxes, 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6 or 10. Okay, it's rare that you get big bulk amount of 50 or 100 of a product that sells well. So you have to have a wide amount of inventory on arbitrage and then get your depth by shopping around and spending money on fuel and time and energy and all that. Versus why private label is a better business model is that you can, from your computer, go to sourcing sites. There's a bunch in my course. I talk about 15 that I compiled in a master list for people to source products from. We'll talk about madeinchina.com in this video. You can go to madeinchina.com. You can search for the product, see if there's factories on there, because it's a hub for businesses in China who manufacture products. You can see if there's a factory that makes it. You can contact the factory, a quick email. Hi, introducing myself. My name is Coach Respect. I am interested in buying a quantity of 500 of a product, this product. Can you let me know if you can supply the inventory, how long it will take? Can you let me know the cost for 500 units? Can you let me know if you'll be able to screen my brand name onto the units? That's why it's called private label, because you'll come up with a brand. Maybe your brand is Coach Respect, so CC. So I go Respect. Maybe I'll put a circle around it and screen that in white or whatever onto my product. Now I got a brand, like a swoosh. That's my brand. Okay, it's definitely not owned by anybody else, but now I've created my own brand. So now you just get your factory to do that. They say yes, 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 and it'll cost you $2 a unit. So now the goal with private label and the advantage with is you can buy the necessary inventory up front of a product that you've done the research on, that you know is in demand, and it has maybe low competition, all that type of stuff. So it's demand, there's a good price point for it, good profit numbers for it, and you can get it shipped direct to Amazon. You don't even have to touch it. So click, 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 boom, your product is live. You've never even touched it. You've never had to drive anywhere. You've never had to waste gas. You've never had to waste your time. You've done it all in spurts of like half-an-hour sessions, maybe 6 or 7 half-an-hour sessions on the computer to make that inventory buy. Okay, so that's what private label is, and that's why private label is such a powerful business model on Amazon, and a lot of people do that. So I do both. I enjoy the business of shopping for products. I teach people how to do that in my course, how to shop for products and send your inventory to Amazon. And in the private label business, I do the same thing. I teach people all the steps of doing private label and how to send your inventory to Amazon, direct to Amazon. Once it's at Amazon, that's it. It's hands-free now. It's hands-free. Hands-free meaning you don't have to do anything. Amazon does the rest. There are some triggers you can do to make your inventory sell faster. There are some automations you can do to make your inventory sell faster. But for the most part, 95% of the business is handled by Amazon, because FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. So you are shipping it to Amazon's warehouses. They got hundreds of warehouses all around the globe, thousands of warehouses actually all around the globe. Can't remember the count, but in Canada alone, they have 25, something like that, maybe a little bit more. There's like 4 in Ontario, 3 in British Columbia. There's a bunch of every province all the way across the board. So I think it's 25 or so. In USA, it's probably 10 times that. It's probably 250, and that's just these 2 countries, right? So yeah, so they have fulfillment centers all around the world. So once your inventory is there, you have a page. It's already created. It's not page based. It's not like Shopify where you have to create the page. You have to create your consumers. Amazon has that database, millions of people who buy from Amazon every day. Well, now you're just merging people who buy from Amazon and the fact that you've done the product research of demand. You've seen the numbers of the product. You know that if you can get your product listing to page 1, then you're gonna take part in the sales demand. I'll give you an example. Um, I'll give you an example of both. Um, Last week I went and did retail arbitrage. I love the dollar stores. I love the Dollarama in Canada. I call it Dollar Amazon because it's got so many brand name products in there. It's not just private labeled products, private labeled Dollarama products, but you, it's got um, sporting goods, it's got housewares, it's got garden, it's got books, it's got toys, it's got um, tools, it's got kitchen, it's got every category, every aisle in the categories. It's got brand name Betty Crocker, it's got Lego, it's got Play-Doh, it's got Mattel, it's got you name it, man. I recently bought I recently bought toys for that game Plants vs Zombies. Scanned well, they're selling for like 20 bucks each. I could get them for like four. Amazon would take like five. I'd make like 11 bucks a sale. I bought like 10. They had 10 in one store, so I went and bought 10. I didn't bother going to other locations, but that's what it takes. So the point is, if just in that Plants vs Zombies toy, I was able to get 10 units from one store. But the goal is not just 10 units. Now the goal is that product sold well. I had a low ranking below 5,000. So the goal now was, can I go source 100 of those units? But really, the $100 a day inventory lesson is you need at least 500 to 600 units in your Amazon inventory to earn $100 a day. Okay, so of products that are low ranked. Okay, so 500 to 600 units you need to make $100 a day passively with no effort. But you have to put in that effort. So I could have go, okay, 10 per store. If I can hit up $10 Amas, which there are 10, they're like Starbucks in our city. It would take me a day to get to them all, but I should be able to get to 100 inventory of that one product. So now I have to find 5 or 6 products like that one and be able to match the inventory. I found another one. I found some deer whistles that were cool. I got them for around $1 each. I was able to get 50 out of one place. They're again low rank, high value. I would actually make about $15 a deer whistle on Amazon. Another one is the sports line. It's almost like a fanny pack. It's a runner's pack. You put your phone in there, your earphones, all that type of stuff. Scans well, sells for about 25 bucks. I could get those for 4, make about $10 per unit. Was able to get 30 of those from about 3 stores. So again, it's a matter of me now going to all of those stores and finding the inventory. Even if on those 3 products I was able to get to 200 units, 250 units, still need to go find another 350 units. So there's a little more work involved with retail arbitrage than say private label. With private label, I just have to find 1 or 2 products that have demand and buy the inventory. So I may go, okay, I found 2 products doing my research. They make a demand of page 1 demand of 5,000 sales. I'll give you an example. Actually, I won't use this example because I got a client that sells it. Well, the example I use is fairy lights. Fairy lights is competitive. I don't sell fairy lights, but it's competitive. A lot of people aren't going into that niche. But the page 1 demand is that fairy lights do about 5,000 unit sales in Canada on page 1. And in the US, they do about 30 to 40,000 sales per month of fairy lights. Most fairy lights are sold in bundles of like 6. And it costs about 75 cents to get one. 75 cents to $1. So let's say you get $1 each. So let's say $6 to source it, the 6-pack, but they're super cheap to ship. I think it amortizes to 30 cents each. So it's really, so $6.30 for this 6-pack that you can turn around and sell for like 25 bucks to 30 bucks for the bundle, just depending on where you rank on page 1 and how popular you become. But let's say you even just reduce it and sell for $19.99 and Amazon take let's say Amazon take a $10 cut. They won't. It'll take about a $7 cut to make, because it's such a small product. But let's just say they take 10 and it costs you 6. So, nice BMW electric car. What's the electric car called for Beamer? forget. It's one of my dream cars, though. I should know that. So let's say worst case scenario, it costs you 6 to buy the product. Amazon takes 10. You sell it for 20, less you with $4. But let's say if you sell 300 units a month, so 300 times 4, that's $1,200 a month. What would you do with an extra $1,200? So that's one product. Now that's your 300 inventory. You need to go find another 300 inventory of another product that sells well. That's just a basic example. That's extremes. It definitely wouldn't be it wouldn't be the case 90% of the time. Those are really extreme numbers. Like I said, fairy lights you could probably get for 75 cents a fairy light. Times that by 6, you're looking at $4.50. Amazon fees are probably about $6-7 for it. So, and a 6-pack of fairy lights sells for definitely around $25. So, but it's competitive. It's competitive because so many sellers are selling it, and those sellers have now gotten a lot of reviews. So to get to page 1 will be tough. And that's why you need this software to get you there. So, and then you need the blueprint. You definitely need a blueprint. That's something you'll need. You can try to do it yourself, but it's not easy to string all the information together, all the steps together. Sure, there are other sellers putting out some basic PDFs, but at the end of the day, they're getting you to buy their course or buy something from them. So, I mean, that's, at the end of the day, the blueprints are available. You have to get one. You have to follow the system, but you need a guide. If anything, I can say the most important thing you need when you're selling on Amazon is a coach, a mentor, somebody you could rely on to say yes or no, no or yes, yes or no, that product's terrible, don't bother, too much demand, too much competition, oh, that's a base hit, oh, that's a home run, oh, that's a grand slam, that's a perfect product. That's what you need. You need some guidance. My course, and I'll just go into my course, I'll finish with this. I put it together, I broke it down to about 50 videos, and I'm adding content all the time. In fact, this weekend I'm adding a bunch of product research content, just showing my students how to find product. I'm adding that into the course, so that will be built into there. But I mean, it's already got the basic methods. I'm just adding more bonus stuff to it. It's a complete A to Z blueprint on retail arbitrage, so the art of shopping and then shipping your products to Amazon, or private label, which is the art of product research and then building your inventory up at Amazon. At the end of the day, you need to get inventory to Amazon that is good inventory that sells well. You need good inventory that sells well. You don't want to buy bad things, because at the end of the day, those bad things just aren't going to move. So you need to avoid bad buys. You need tips and guidance on good buys. So my mentorship course, you get me. So my mentorship course is $450. Normally I charge $750 US. My students know that. All the guys I've known that have hired me, girls and guys that have hired me for $750 US. They had me. I did custom videos for them, front to back, A to Z. Well, I've taken it and scaled it so that I've put all those custom videos into one platform, and I use that platform to give my clients the initial videos to get started, to start watching and learning. And throughout, they're gonna have questions. Everyone's different as far as their approach. So you'll have questions. That's what you reach out to me. Hey, Chris, how do you do this? Can you help me with this? You know, I need your help with this. Or here's 5 products. What do you think about them? I get so many different questions from my students that I couldn't make a video on everything, but it's the foundational videos are there. the key to getting started on your Amazon business. So inventory, guidance, once you can get your 600 units to Amazon, you should be flowing at $100 a day, and you just got to replenish your inventory. Private label is just easier because you just call up your factory and go, hey, I need another 300 units. Retail arbitrage, well, you got to go and see if the inventory exists anymore, or if it's sold out and they've moved on to different products. Retail arbitrage is also great because you can always, you know, for example, you go into an Office Depot or whatever it's called, and you scan their printers and all their clearance products like that, you'll find that those products are selling on Amazon for like $169, $189 still. They're shredders, all that type of stuff. And that you can buy them for like, maybe those office places might be clear them out for 25 bucks. And they might have 5 of them. So you can do these, you know, $125 buy 5 units, which is the equivalent, because your profit is $100 a unit. It's equivalent to like 10 units. Or 20 units if you're only looking at $5 a unit. So that becomes 100 units in that one little buy. So I've made those buys, and it's just such a cool challenge. So I have a part of my business is retail arbitrage, and the you know, and then the primary part of my business is private label, and then we do some affiliate marketing as well, and I show people how to do affiliate marketing in the course as well. So connect with me. I'll throw my information in the description of this. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when I go live, because I'm going live at least once a day, if not 2 or 3 times a day, all different topics. So hit that notification bell. It'll let you know I'm live. Hit the subscribe button. Hit me up, Coach Respect. Leave a comment below or email me, amazonssellinghustle@gmail.com. If you have any questions, I'm always looking to help people out regardless if they hire me or not. But if you want to hire me, I'm giving 10% off for the next 20 days on my course. I'll throw the link in the description. And so that course will be $399, and it's almost half the price of what you would hire me if you wanted to hire me directly. And you can use that extra money to invest into your products. And my promise to all my students is you'll start making money as you launch. You just got to get inventory to Amazon. So I'll make sure you get inventory to Amazon and that your products will sell. So that's my promise. I'll stick with you until you're live and that your store has inventory. And again, our goal, so if you write a board of 600, just start working 100, 200, just keep track of the inventory that you're sending to Amazon and reach that first goal that you're set for yourself of 600 units of inventory at Amazon. And you'll be on your way. $100 a day, $3,000 extra passive income a month, plus your net investment back. Those are exciting things. And you just rinse and repeat the process, and you could find yourself making big money, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, $100,000 a month, $1 million a month. Could you imagine if you grew your store to $1 million a month? Give yourself a 10-year vision of hitting certain milestones along the way, $1,000 or $3,000 a month, and then $10,000 a month, or maybe it's 5, and then 10, and then 20, and then 50, and then 100, and then 500, and then $1 million. Give yourself 10 years to do that, where you're making $1 million a month, and all you're doing is you're repeating the process. And obviously, as your store grows bigger, that process, those steps become a lot easier to accomplish because you have that cash flow. And now it becomes more of a maybe you don't want to launch stores, maybe you want to launch softwares or programs that will help your customer base, you know, your YouTube subscribers, your followers. All right, guys, this is one of the longest videos I've ever made live. I'm gonna break it up a little bit too. I'm gonna put some edits out there of this video, but for those of you who watched the whole 40 minutes, super appreciate it. Coach Respect, you'll see me wave the C. And thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell. I'll go live 2-3 times a day. Let me know what you want to know, and I will do live on that. I forget what I said I was gonna do live about. I was gonna do live about something. I said I'm gonna have to watch this video to see what I said I was gonna go live about. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will log in about another couple hours. Peace.